Hey guys, it's James here. So hopefully, if everything goes as planned, there's going to be another video on this channel, the first video that we post, and it's going to do a little bit of introduction as far as the things that we're going to be doing on this channel. So as far as tool restoration, I was super excited because a couple weeks ago I was helping my dad cleaning out an old section of the barn, and lo and behold, from who knows way back when, I found this. This is a hatchet head made by, what side is it on? Plumb. Don't know if you can see that in the video, but we're going to get her cleaned up and you will be able to see it at some point. I've been doing some research here recently into the older companies that made axe heads, that made them actually quality before we have all this stuff nowadays that's not very good quality. And I got really interested in doing old tool restorations, especially axes. So when I found this, I was super excited because from the research that I have done, Plumb is one of the really nice brands from back in the early 1900s to 1930s, 1940s-ish era, and even newer than that. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to do the first stage of cleaning, which is going to be, we're going to get the dirt and dust and grime cleaned off of it, and then we're going to get it de-rusted, which I will show you how to do in this video here in a bit. So let's see what we can do. Maybe it'll turn out, maybe it won't. Okay, so at first I just have a nylon bristle brush. I'm just going to use it to kind of gently scrape away any dirt that I can. Like I said in the introduction video, my workshop setup right now is my kitchen sink and kitchen counter, because my wife and I are in our first year of marriage and we're in a very small apartment, so I do what I can. Now that I got some of the dirt gone, looks like you can see the emblem a little bit better. I don't know how good the light is, but you can see the plum there with the square outline around it. I was barely able to make it out through the rust whenever I first found it, but I was super stoked when I did. Alright, so something that I have learned in the past, and I first learned it, actually I don't remember where I learned it. But the technique that I have found very successful in the past for de-rusting some tools with a little bit more minor rust damage than this is vinegar. You soak it in vinegar from anywhere between 6 hours to, I've soaked something for up to 5 days before, to get it de-rusted, just depending on the level of damage. And it almost falls off. So we'll just get this filled up. Use the last of my vinegar from a previous project. New bottle. So all you're going to do, and this is the one thing that I have experience in, because we've had several tools that I've restored either for myself or for my dad this way. Fill it up just a hair above so that the whole thing is covered in the vinegar. Once the bubble's clear, we'll get you a shot of that. One last before shot. And also, I just filled it up. I'm going to start a stopwatch and see how long it soaks before it's totally clear. And if all goes well, we're going to have a time lapse of this. If all doesn't go well, you're going to get an aftershot. So it has been 10 hours since this was initially put into the vinegar to be de-rusted, and I'm taking this video kind of as a partial progress update. As you can see, there's an outline of bubbles on top, basically in the shape of the axe head. And you can see here up towards the front there are already flakes of rust falling off the blade cutting edge of the axe. So we're making good progress so far, but this is going to take a little bit longer for sure. Okay guys, so we're at just about 19 hours of soaking in the vinegar. Getting a little closer here. You can see that brown fleck on top of the bubbles. That is actually a piece of rust that came off the axe, floated to the surface, and then got floated above the surface and is now sitting on top of the bubbles. I also got a picture of it that we'll insert into the video. So, here's your other update, and we'll see what happens in the next few hours. Hey guys, so we're back. We've got the axe head soaking. It has been soaking for about 35.5 hours. And if you'll come on over here, you can see the vinegar has gotten kind of a dingy color, and from some other projects I've done in the past, that's kind of an indication that it's either done working or it's just to cause the mixture of rust and everything getting in there. So we'll go ahead and dump this out. Just be thankful you guys can't smell this because it's kind of gross. As you guys can see, that rust has basically just fallen off of that. That is so incredible. I love doing this every single time I've done it with smaller projects. This is the biggest project I've worked on so far. Alright, so we'll just get this rinsed off and out of the way. Let's see what we can do here. It actually looks like we might need to do a little more work on this. Some of this isn't coming off super easy. Something cool, you can see where they forged between the regular steel and then the hardened steel for the cutting edge of the axe. You can see that line where they've been forged together. Also, just FYI, if you try to restore something at home using this method, the vinegar is super effective, but as you can see, it's leaving this black film on my hands. And I found that just dish detergent works pretty well at removing it for the most part, but it'll be on your hands for a couple days, probably. Alrighty. So, I guess for now, we're going to get this dried off so that the water doesn't start canceling out the vinegar, and we're going to throw it in some more vinegar and go from there. Hey guys, so in the first segment of this video, we saw this get soaked for about 36 hours. This is the condition that it's in right now. Still got some flakes of rust both sides, and a small amount in the eye. So we're going to go ahead and throw it in the vinegar again. Let's see how long this takes. And off we go. We'll be back. Hey guys, we're back again. So this has actually been soaking for 37.5 hours. Little longer than I anticipated, but because of the time we started it soaking and then we had to go to bed and then you sleep all night, and I really wasn't going to get up and take this out of the vinegar. It's not a baby. So it's soaking a little longer than I anticipated, but that may actually be a good thing. So if you'll come on over here, we'll go ahead and get this out. You can see the condition it's in. And it's kind of cloudy, but when we dump it out, I think it's looking like it's pretty promising. Oh yeah, that is a lot cleaner than it was after the first round. Still got some rust, but I think it's gonna come off. Set this aside. Ew, black. Really black. Ah, stinks. There came off a big piece of rust without me even trying. Alright, so I'm going to take my handy dandy super fancy rust scraper. And here's what I've been waiting for. Hopefully you have too. Look at that. Look at that beautiful emblem right there. And according to the research I've been doing so far, and I'm going to be doing a lot more so that I actually know what I'm talking about, this emblem was started in 1917 and they patented it, not patented, copyrighted it in 1920. Oh, look at that. I'm so pumped. Yee. I love doing this. Restoring old things, bringing them back to life. People don't have respect for stuff like this anymore. They just go out, they buy cheap, it breaks, they go out and buy cheap again. There you have it. Stage 1 of restoring this Plumb Hatchet head that we found just laying in a barn, rusting away.